Hey guys, it's Patrick here. Now welcome back to another video on the channel where today it is that time of the week once more. It is time for another edition of Paddy's Footy Tips. You heard it folks, another week of rugby league coming your way. This week in the NRL, it is a bit of a special round because this week it's Beanie for Brain Cancer round for the Mark Hughes Foundation. Everybody get behind it. Let's support this fundraiser. Obviously, it's always something great to be a part of. And this is the beanie from a couple of years ago. I think from 2024, I believe. So, if you guys want to get yourself a beanie, go and grab one. Because it's always worth it. Keeps you warm as well during winter. So, I highly recommend it. Last week in my footy tips, I did get 5 out of 7. So, not a bad result, but hopefully this week we're back to the normal NRL schedule this week. So, hopefully we can get a full round pretty soon. But anyway, guys, if any of you guys are new around here, please smash that like button. Subscribe if any of you guys are new around here, and turn on post notifications as well, guys. So that way, you guys will not be able to miss out on any new videos. But anyway, guys, without further ado, let's get in and get straight into the video. Okay, the first game of the round, we have the Eels taking on against the Rabbitohs on Thursday night at CommBank Stadium. Big game here for both teams. First of all, Eels, they're coming off a much-needed bye, and as well as the Rabbitohs. So, both these teams want to start off things strong. Moses comes back for power this week. He is coming off a bit of a injury from Origin, but let's see how he goes. Hopefully, he should be right to go. Latrell Mitchell, he's away with Jewel. He has been ruled out of Game 3 for New South Wales, and he won't be playing for about 4 weeks. So, big blow for Souths there. I reckon this one, it's a tough game, this one. I reckon this one, it's a pretty tough game to tip, in my opinion. But I reckon Souths are going to be too good here. I think Souths have probably got the better team on paper, and they are doing a lot better than what Parramatta are doing right now. That's why I think the Rabbitohs are going to win this game 1-12. 2 games on Friday night. The first one up on the Gold Coast, we have the Titans taking on against the Bulldogs. Wow, and both of these teams are coming off big wins last week. The Titans beating the Panthers in a thriller. And we also have the Bulldogs winning a game in a thriller. I think they won in Golden Point, I believe. So, big win for them. Titans, I'm pretty sure they have Tino back this week and a few other of their players. The Bulldogs, they made a few changes. They decided to move Crichton at 5/8 and Matt Burton in the centres this week. So, maybe that might work out for them. I reckon this one is going to be a pretty interesting game here. Do you know what? I'm going to go with an upset here. I'm going to go Titans to beat the Bulldogs in an upset up on the Gold Coast. They beat Penrith last week, so I don't see why they can't beat the Bulldogs. I'm going Titans to win this game 1-12. And then the prime time game on Friday night, we have the Broncos taking on my boys, the Sydney Roosters, up at Suncorp in Brisbane. Big game here. The Broncos, no Reynolds, no Ezra this week. They do welcome back Reece Walsh back in their side, so we'll see how this one goes out for them. The Roosters, we're coming off a pretty good win last week over the Sharks. We might be a little bit fatigued, but it was great to get the win last week against the Sharks. No signs of Tupou. Angus Crichton's not playing in this one. We do welcome back Higo Savala in the team, though. So, this game can go either way, but look, I think we can do it. I'll be surprised if the Roosters don't show up in this game. I'm going Roosters to win this game 1-12. Okay, triple header on Saturday. The first one, we have the Redcliffe Dolphins taking on against the New Zealand Warriors up at Suncorp. Big game for both teams. I think this could be match of the round, this. So, this is a top 4 clash. So, really looking forward to this game. The Finns, they have all their players back. The Warriors, they are missing Jackson Ford. He's out for a couple months, unfortunately. So, big game for both teams here. This one can go either way. It's also going to be a bit of a hard one to tip as well. Do you know what? I'm going to go Finns in this game. I reckon Redcliffe's going to be too strong. I'm going to go the Finns to win this game 1-12. And then at 5:30, later that night, we have the Cowboys taking on against the Panthers up in Townsville. The Cowboys, they're coming off a loss against the Warriors over in New Zealand last week, but they're looking to bounce back in this one. The Panthers, they are coming off a bit of a shock loss to the Titans, but hopefully with Nathan Cleary and all their Origin stars back, they are looking to bounce back in this game up in Townsville. I reckon this one can be a little bit of a different game, in my opinion. Obviously, the Panthers have been very good so far this year, and they've probably been the benchmark for quite some time now. And I just think that even with the climate up in Townsville, I just think the Panthers are going to be too strong for the Cowboys in this game. That's why I think the Panthers are going to win this game 13+. And then we have the Battle of Brookie between the Manly Seagulls and the Melbourne Storm. Big game, this one. A really hatred rivalry. Really looking forward to this game. It should be a cracker. Manly, they're coming off a loss last week against the Bulldogs, but they're looking to bounce back. Melbourne, they broke their hoodoo against the Raiders at Amy Park, and they are looking to keep on pushing for that top 8. I reckon this game is going to be very interesting. I reckon it's going to go either way. I reckon every time Manly play Melbourne at Brookie, every time it's the Battle of Brookie, the Manly fans always rally behind their club and they always get the job done. And I think it's going to happen again. I'm going the Manly Seagulls to beat the Melbourne Storm 13+. And then we've got 2 more games to finish off the round. The first one, over in Canberra, we have the Raiders taking on against the Dragons in a potential Spoon Bowl game. Well, it's fair to say both of these teams haven't really been up to their best. This game is potentially the Spoon Bowl. No, not much I can really say about these teams, but like the Raiders, they just haven't been able to click over these past couple games, unfortunately. Like, they just haven't been able to. But why are the Dragons, they just haven't been, like, really good, especially with the team that they have. So, I think it's fair to say that one of these teams will probably get the wooden spoon. Like, whoever loses this game. That's why I think the Raiders are going to fire up and win this game. That's why I'm going the Raiders to win this game 13+. And then finally, the final game of the round, we have the Newcastle Knights taking on against the West Tigers over in Newcastle to finish off the round. Big game here. Both these teams are competing for the top 8 currently. Knights have been on pretty good form. The Tigers, man, they had some pretty bad luck with some injuries, but I think last week just got a whole lot worse for them. yeah, it's going to be a tough one for the Tigers. So, and it's up in Newcastle. Newcastle wants to finish off the round with a bang. I'm pretty sure earlier in the year, the Tigers beat the Knights. And the Knights, they want to get revenge on them. And I think they're going to get their revenge on them. That's why I think the Knights are going to beat the Tigers in this game, 13+. So, there you go, guys. Those were Paddy's footy tips for this week. Like I said before, it's Beanie for Brain Cancer Round. Get yourself a beanie if you haven't and support the Mark Hughes Foundation. It's all for a great cause, and I know for a fact, I think they're celebrating 10 years as well this year, which is a crazy achievement. I can't believe it's been 10 years since they've been doing this. Anyway, enjoy your weekend of rugby league. But anyway, guys, if any of you guys are new around here, please smash that like button, subscribe if any of you guys are new around here, and turn on post notifications as well, guys. So that way, you guys will not be able to miss out on any new videos. But anyway, guys, thank you guys all so much for watching. And until next time, see you guys later. Bye!